So first thing we always do when we get to a house is we confirm with the customer that the power is on. We double check the outlets. We like to have a little tester strip. I just keep one of these in the kit just so we can test the outlet and make sure it's hot. On these wires, guys, there's one side that has ridges and one side that is totally smooth. The important thing is to make sure the ridge sides aligns with the big prong. See how there's a big prong and a small prong? Same thing on the female ends. Show you guys. The female ends have one big, one small. Okay, so you gotta always make sure the big side, whichever that is aligning with the ridges. Okay, and so how we build these, okay, so it's on this side and the ridges are on this side. See these metal prongs? The metal prongs pierce through the sheath. Okay, you press it into the prongs. And then there's an end cap on one side and it's open on the other. You just slide this on, okay? Then on this other side, we go ahead and build a male end. So the big side, big prongs, is on this side. There's the ridges. Okay, you press it into the little spikes, then put the end cap on. Now you have built an extension cord. I'm gonna show you the number one mistake that people make when dealing with these, is they set it down, okay? They don't press it in hard enough because their fingers are cold or they're lazy or they're just not detail oriented. And then they put this cap on here, okay? Sometimes that works, but most of the time it'll bend the prongs inside there and it won't have access to the wire, the little prongs. Let's take it apart and see. Hey guys, we found one that had the bent prongs. See how the prongs get bent in there? It's because they're not pressing the wire into it completely and then putting the cap on. They're just shoving the cap on. It bends the prongs, so obviously there's no electrical contact between these little contact points and the wire inside the sheath. So because of that, the extension cord just won't work. Okay guys, there's another reason why your extension cord isn't working. Can you tell me what's wrong with this? Okay, there's no male ends. Don't do this either. This is another mistake that people make. Okay. So another thing that goes wrong, sometimes there's faulty hardware. We found out that this male end actually just doesn't work. We used multiple wires with it, we tried it out. Everything looks fine. You know, the prongs are sharp. They're definitely poking into the wire, but for whatever reason, this hardware doesn't work. That does happen, probably one in 100. So just keep that in mind. So if something doesn't work, sometimes you just got to use a different piece. Hey guys, another mistake that we're seeing is people try to shove the back end cap on, and that also causes the prongs to bend. So if I shove that on there, obviously it'd be really hard because there's that little cap. I actually want to shove it on this way. If you look at these, they're kind of ramped. So can you see it, Blake?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so they're kind of ramped. So you want to make sure you're starting with the part that doesn't have the end cap and then pressing it on, okay?